wait till I get my money right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascent. I have MOODENG up on the screen, 3-day price chart. I don't own any MOODENG, but this was a request from my Quantum Circle group, so I decided to go ahead and put it out on X and YouTube for all of you. So what we're going to be looking at today is waves 3, 4, and 5 for MOODENG. If you look at this, I already have it drawn out. Not too old of an asset, so I have to caution you there. That's one thing. Like the thing fibs, Elliott Waves, it's using past data to predict future price movement, right? Well, we don't have a ton of past data on this, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. The other thing, too, is this is a low cap coin, 160 million. So, I mean, as we saw back here, this is a 3-day chart. This thing went 3.5x in 3 days, right? Followed by another 2x in the next 3 days. So this thing can get moving. It doesn't take as much money to, for prices to really get taken off. So I have everything drawn out. We had a 5-wave impulse up. Right now looks like a WXY, kind of like looks like we're flagging a little bit, to be completely honest. If we draw these lines out, let me do this. You can just get a general feel for where we're at on here, right? Technically higher lows, lower highs, flagging. This thing should break to the upside along with the rest of the market. We're just kind of waiting right now for the macro to give us the green light. But say all that to say this, where we're at within this is a 1, 2, and we're waiting on 3, 4, 5, right? And that's why we're here today. And that's what we're trying to talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and dive into that. So wave 3. All right, what I want to do is I look at this. This is our first range, right? The entirety of the asset. The next thing we want to do is we want to take a look at this first to second range here, going back to that May high down to that June low. And again, a lot of the market, this thing got up pretty high around the 0.5, chilling around the 236. We have a lot of assets that are still down here relatively. So MOODENG's doing all right, especially for a meme. So I draw that range out. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for confluence. Sure enough, I have some confluence. We see a full extension of this gets us out to the 1618 of the whole range. And I'm talking about for a third wave right here. Why is that beautiful? Well, typically, a lot of times on a third wave breakout, we're going to exceed this high. We'll go up to the 1618, and then we'll reject and back test this high to confirm the former all-time high as support. So we have confluence for a full extension getting us out there. And then I look and I see there's also confluence at this former all-time high, the 2618 of this range and that high. Typically, the fourth wave going to come back, test that, or that zone. So first thing I want to look at is typically in this wave 4, you're looking at like a 35 to 50% drawdown. With MOODENG being a lower cap coin, probably going to be closer to that 50% clip. Okay, so looking at where we're at here, that former high is only around 36%. We keep going lower. I bring it into that 786 range, closer to 50%, 702, 55%. So we'll talk about like a 55-cent MOODENG on the pullback, right? So then we have our third to fourth range, done with that guy. And looking at this and the way it's set up, guys, like it's up. That's really up there. I understand that, saying that at 16 cents, looking this at 286. But I'm just telling you how these things have moved in the past. So we take this wave 3 to 4 drawdown. Check that out. Boom. Confluence that whole range can conclude up there, right? In this first wave, too, guys, that's the other thing. Like, I know these percentages seem crazy. We went 17x off the bottom in that first wave, right? So what we're talking about here then for waves 3 and 5, let's get rid of this. What we're talking about right here then from the bottom of wave 2, that's only a 9x for wave 3 after 17x on wave 1. In this fifth wave, would only be a 5.2x. So in that situation, you have a highest wave 1. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest in Elliott wave theory. It is not in this situation. You have a 9.2x potential there, and we showed how. From the current price, that's like a 6.7x. Okay, that's how we do it, guys. So wave 3, we're looking at $1.10. Anytime I see the dollar number, you always know, all right, dollar's a pretty nice round psychological number. Could stop out just a little short of that. But for now, this is our roadmap for MOODENG. A run up to 110, a drop back down to around 55 cents, and a blow off up to 286. So from the current price level on MOODENG, we're talking about an 18x, which was pretty much this exact first wave. But that's given us 2 waves to get up there. So that's how we do it, guys. Again, it all depends on the macro market. Macro market's moving up. This is, from a probability and mathematical standpoint, this is what we're looking at for MOODENG on a run up during an alt season. Cool. Guys, join the Quantum Circle real-time trades, access to my portfolio, 2 macro videos a day, a Discord channel, and I teach you how to do TA just like me. Link to that in the bio. If not, just super appreciative you guys are here. If you could follow, like, repost. I want to get this out to as many people as I can before it's too late. So hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll catch you soon.